she the truth. What it do? What's up? What's quick afternoon live, real quick. I don't even know what we're talking about. That's why I titled the video so open as I did. Talk about it. Talk about what? I don't know. I guess we'll pull some cards. This is a chill as, what's today? Wednesday? I don't know why, but it feels like a Sunday in the middle of the week. That's strange. But it feels like a Sunday because it feels so chill. You know, the sun is in Cancer. I think the moon is still in Gemini. Oh, let me cover up my numbers before we even. Yeah, I think the moon is still in Gemini. Finna go into the new moon. Oh yeah, we finna have a new moon in Cancer. Maybe that's why things feel so cozy in the middle of the week. I don't really got nothing necessarily to talk about. That's why I'm probably gonna pull cards, because I be needing a conversational starter or something. But what y'all got going on? I really wish people was in here today because I'm in like a talkative mood. A lot of times I be jumping on out of what I feel is self-obligation. And I don't be want to jump on with those internal feelings, but you can't help what you feel sometimes. So I still jump on because I also have other feelings that is for other reasons, because but today is one of those days I wouldn't mind to just chat it up. Everything is calm, things are running smooth. I went to the dentist this morning. Got referred. That's what I need to be fucking doing, calling the damn referral dentist. I'm gonna do that after this, so get out of my business. But yeah, I got referred to go get my tooth removed, that wisdom tooth. Y'all probably don't know, because but yeah, I got a wisdom tooth that been hurt. It ain't been hurting my cap. Look, let me not tell y'all my business, because people be judging for the most random and sad shit. So, and that's another reason I realized yesterday how come I don't like reading tarot, because I was trying to figure out, like, it ain't that I don't like reading tarot, because I still do. It's just tarot is different than oracle energetically, and by me being vibrationally, and by me being sensitive and this being a new thing, I be trying to ease myself into certain things and know what I'm getting myself into first, because I'm a Gemini, as most of you already probably know. Geminis are a very familiar energy, and since that's my filter, and I have Chiron and Gemini close to my sun, it's not right on my sun, but since that's my filter, hey, I know you can tell me to move, because the police was up here a few minutes ago. City workers. But since that's my filter, yeah, I'm related. But since that's my filter, I tend to spill my own beans and talk a little too much for if you say some shit I wasn't necessarily supposed to share. So when it comes to tarot already is gonna pull out more details other than just a straight up message. And me already self-reflecting most of the time based off of that energy. Even when I'm self-reflecting, I'm knowing others can relate, but it's just something with me and my privacy. I'd be like, nah, bitch, get out my business. I don't need you knowing what the fuck I got going on. And so I guess that self-reflecting energy be making me feel like I be exposing myself. And a lot of times, I don't know, because I haven't really too much read cards for real. But I mean, tarot. But when I do, and I see a familiar energy that I'm directly resonating with in a moment, I'd be like, man, I don't want to even talk about it, because I don't want to be selfish with the way I'm explaining shit. But anyway, we still probably pull cards, because that's something that probably just something fun to do for me to practice on. And so what if I bitch, don't call me right now. And so what if I tell on myself in certain fashions? So and who is y'all? Which some of y'all I fuck with you, and the ones I fuck with, yeah, I really don't care, because y'all, people, whoever love you, and my friends know everything. Well, let me not say that. Because don't nobody know everything about me. But I'm an open book, just naturally. So by default, I guess the balance of that would be for me to have certain privacy boundaries and shit. I noticed that. It'd be random shit I prefer doing alone or by myself. My nigga just went live, but we still live though. Let me pull a card. Okay, we're gonna pull this card right here. Because this card always comes up. Cleaning. And that's probably why the day feels quite calm, because for the most part, when your house is clean, your kids are clean, your hair is clean, your glasses are clean, that reflects the clearness in your mind that you have, or that allows you to make some space, some room, so that you can feel kind of clear, and that allows you to relax some. I'm finna go and be what's the word, controversial and pull some tarot cards. I just want to see what the storyline. I don't care if it's revealing or not. I ain't gonna tell y'all either way. So, and it probably won't be, because I don't have much going on when it comes to other individuals in my life at the moment. Anyway, and that's what be getting personal. And also I have to learn to separate certain scenarios from other scenarios, like simple household, domestic scenarios. With the tarot, I have to learn to separate that from like worldwide, more broader scenarios that's in the same energy, if you understand what I mean, which you probably don't. Let me put it like this: when it comes to men and women, just like when we read the Bible, you can simplify it when it's speaking of men and women by referring to it as thoughts and feelings. So same with these situations, reading the energy more than just reading the domestication of what I know could be going on in actual life. I guess. What up, Free? Just left Free video. You really is the reason, not the reason, but you and JD was on and made me feel like, girl, it's comfortable. It's a ladies' day. Get on, jump on. Everybody's just chilling anyway. And then we got the Nine of Swords. Ooh, my hand's ashy. The Nine of Swords. Swords is communication, talking, air energy. The Nine of Swords is like the ending. So by you speaking whatever you speak, or knowing whatever you know, or thinking the way you think, that's going to end a whole lot of shit. People may not necessarily understand, but the way she's looking up, let me say it like this: people may not necessarily like what you're doing, or necessarily know what you're doing, but they understand that you just doing you type shit. You got to. But the us masculines over here crying and shit, because they know for a masculine, it's different when it comes to women than it comes to when it comes to versus women to men, because a man will have to live up to a certain standard to be able to bag up a certain type of female. Now that comes like down to even, but that goes the same for females too, because friends have to be in a certain vibration and energy too to connect. But it's different though, because the men have egos that may get hurt based off of them realizing their insufficiencies. But a woman, especially a real woman, will look up to the next female or whatever energy in order to gain more internal wisdom and connection, because women are multiple. So, what's that going on in the background? And she got the baby too. I'm gonna read this, because I could see, and that's what I'm saying, I could pull out like 5 different stories just based off of the visuals, but I be wanting my story line to be more broader than me saying that look like a woman and her baby daddy, and her baby daddy look like he cheating on. I don't want it to be about that, because if I was watching, I couldn't relate, whether or not I understand that type of situation or not. Not only, even if I was going through that shit at the moment, I don't want to internalize that same shit, because it's shit. So that's what I'm saying. That's one reason why I haven't got comfortable with reading tarot yet, because I have to me putting so much accumulating energy in watching tarot for such a long time. During the time I was watching it, going through the things, and it was helping me with certain things, so it's like I accumulated a lot of the interpretations in a certain way. Just like people that read the Bible, it's hard for them to believe that men and women in the Bible are actually pointing to thoughts and feelings. Even if they were to read it with that understanding, they still wouldn't be able to fully interpret it from that perspective because they've locked in on that mindset for so long. It'll take a process of unindoctrination and shit. So that's the same shit with me and tarot, I guess. But you know, I just keep it real and I understand that instead of me being like, you know, we still can understand it like that because that can, no. Let's get a little growth. Let's get a little bit more, let's grow a little bit. And when you grow, that means you have more awareness of the same, whatever the situation is. Everybody could have seen the situation, but since I'm the one orchestrated it, I might have enough more awareness of the details of what's going on. And not even the details, because when you make it simple, the details ain't really what matters. It's the overall outcome and what that shit was actually all about. Anyways, I don't know if that, you know, I just be talking, y'all. And then, you know, I just be talking because I'm knowing that the smallest, randomest phrase, word, energy you throw off could mean something great to others. Things that they already had circling in their mentalities and shit. And then hearing someone speak it is a confirmation, much like that card that I just pulled, the Nine of Swords. Communication being something that can bring on endings and new beginnings. Because after 9 comes what? 10/1. And she looked like she was getting ready to go towards that area. And others couldn't go with her. Let me read too. But it's all good because by her being in the communicating energy, swords, the ones that's looking up to her, they'll never forget the words, the things that they learned from the experience that they had with said energy or said individual. Because I'm not going to simplify this down. I'm not gonna box this into actual individuals, but that's what be throwing me off as far as me actually delivering a message that is true to me. Anyway, let's read it. The Nine of Swords represents decision making controlled by anxiety. The oracle at Delphi warns the king that his son will one day kill him had he not let his fears control him and raised his son in love instead of hate. The king's eventual death could have been avoided. Okay. So, that's just saying. I'm looking at this like she is the truth. And an overshadowing energy that's happening in the background, but not an actual person. He made some dumbass decision to, what he did? He probably made some dumbass decision out of him being anxious and fearful that caused him to make an agreement to where, okay, if that's what's gonna happen, that means your son will inherit this, and that means that he will have to kill you. So at the end of the day, the Nine of Swords, or what she is representing to me, is that the finality of something, the finality and the understanding that everyone is aware of. Everybody knows, whether they're crying about it, whether they're watching it, whether they're excited about it, whether they're whether they know about it or not. Like their baby sleeping, he have no clue whether they have a clue or not. Some things are coming to a head. Shit is rising, and the truth hurts. Your tongue is like a deadly sword. The things that you say can alter the whole world sometimes, based off of you just putting that energy out. So especially, for instance, I've had thoughts in my mind when I was younger. I didn't know about this type of shit. I could have had thoughts in my mind for 5 years, but never have spoken them out my mouth. And while they were in my mind, doing whatever they were doing, I'm steady accumulating energy, and then the energy that I would be accumulating would be flawed based on me not bringing it out my mouth so that I could actually get the full circle of what I was, I didn't know that though. But the long story short is, when you say something, your words have that type of power. They can solidify certain things, especially if they have actions behind them, because nobody has to know what you got going on. Your proof will be your pudding. It'll show eventually. So, based off of you standing in that, okay, let me just move on, because I'll start rambling, then it won't even make no sense. So, what that was just jumped out. Judgment. Did I finish even reading the Nine of Swords? I don't think I did. It's too late. Judgment. And the monkey is looking at the sun All things are subjected to judgment, even monkeys. We know that Libra is the energy of judgment. Um, finding, so the monkey being somewhat insignificant in life, like this reality, but let's say that monkey was important to somebody, or that idea, or whatever the fuck that monkey is representing was so important to just one person, and that person that it was important to being someone of significance based on it having the truth and morality behind it. Just like when you hurt one of God's children, you'll get it back type shit. So even though you may have thought what you were doing or whatever happened or somebody may have done to you, that they would get away with it because you're insignificant, or what they did to them was insignificant, not knowing the effects that it had on you were great. And just by them being nonchalant with altering someone's reality based off of things that they could have control, if they had any integrity, they will have to face judgment for those small things. And we can look at that on a broader scale as far as when it comes to the world and the things that the world as overall has endured based off of the misguidance. I ain't gonna say misguidance because that ain't necessarily anybody's fault that you took someone's guidance, but just based off of the control, that was mishandled and shit, that calls for judgment. And I ain't gonna stay on here long because I just really want to get the energy out real quick, and I got other shit going on in the background. But I am gonna get on here one day and stay on here for like, well, I do come and stay on for like an hour, but I'll still be feeling rushed, and I don't be fully. See, school is out. It's summertime. Mama don't get a break at this moment. I have to force my break. Bitch, get out the way. And I ain't talking about children, but whatever the fuck is in my way, get back. I need some time, some space. I love you. I'm responsible for that appointment. I will go, but first, this is what I'm going to do so that I can be in a better space. Anyways, and by school being out, that kind of like by default made me have to restructure the whole scheduling. Because as soon as I get my little schedule going, while school was in, oh, school is out. God damn. But school finna be right back in though. It's only out for a little while. I think it's gonna be back in next month if I'm mistaken. Let me see. Anyways. Why they can't? I don't want them. We ain't picking. Look, I should have grabbed them. Matter of fact, fuck them tarot cards for a minute. Let's pull some astro. I know Mercury is in, Leo is in Mercury right now. I think it started yesterday. So that could also be a reason why I'm wanting to communicate, express myself on a stage. And not only me, other people are too. Hopefully, and if you are feeling that urge, then it's nothing. This will be the best time to do it, to practice that muscle that you may haven't built up, because you don't know what that could turn into. Just you expressing certain things could alter and shift it kind of fell out backwards. It could alter and shift certain things that you didn't even know it was going to affect. But the 11th house kind of came out backwards. I by default picked it up upright. We know the 11th house is the house that Aquarius comes from. This card says community and technology, but we know Gemini is community. Like, come on, bitch. So I would say more of this my first school year. I'm excited for the free time. This your first year that your child was in school, baby. This gonna be a life-changing scenario. But not community, but what the fuck? Acquaintances and damn, I can't even think of the word. Aquarius type energy. Why the fuck I can't think of the word? But networking and broad communities and shit, like the world being kind of distant, but for reasons though, because in order for you to even be in the Aquarius energies, you would have to be kind of far out and everybody can't be there with you, and that's why you a lot of times have acquaintances, but it kind of fell out backwards and shit. So maybe it's time for even the acquaintances that you have to start shifting and changing. We know we got to change a lot of times the people that we're in close proximity with, but even at this point, people may need to change their whole I can't think of the fucking word I need to think of so I can keep talking. But people need to change their whole what they are consuming, the things that they are entertained by, Leo, which is the opposite, so that they can by default be drawn to a different type of audience or be drawn to a different type of crowd, because Aquarius is like a crowd, like, and that way they can be, because for instance, I don't be liking to get personal, and it ain't that personal, but for instance, like my brother, I have a brother, Scorpio, and we was talking the other day, and he was just saying how I just was peeping, and I already know this, but it kind of like, damn, bro, really is like everybody else. And he was just saying like my videos, Cell Salt videos, he was like, but sis, that ain't entertaining though. Like, nobody don't want to know that for real. And I'm sitting here, we watching the video, and I'm like, dude, do you not hear what I'm saying? This shit is important to the point to where it need to be taught in school. But the mindset based off of the crowd and the audience and the things that they entertain, they're not even noticing the bigger picture, because Aquarius is like the bigger picture type shit. They're not even realizing how like, I get so frustrated when I can't think of certain words. But anyways, they're not even realizing they don't even realize how simple the shit that they pay attention is, and how much more importance that there are the things that's going on in life are, and how these things could change not even the world but their personal lives too. And if all individuals, for the most part, for the most part, for all people, the crowd in the world to feel that way, that's crazy. Because even my brother, which I already know that, but the people that swear that they're on some woke shit, and they are to small degrees, they change their life, like as far as their eating habits, they're vegan or some shit now, or they no longer believe in Jesus Christ, but that's like, that ain't even scratching the surface, like. And and what I can gather from these interactions is me realizing that the world, they know that they know the things that we're being taught is not like real and not in alignment, but by them thinking that they know that that's wrong, that means that then they can't figure out what's right. They just conclude that, well, we don't supposed to know. And if that's the case, then how are you going to change your life if you're not supposed to know what you're supposed to do to change your life? Anyways, I need to read a dictionary or some shit so I can get more vocab. 1-2 step. They want you to be hitting the 12 step while giving the facts, right? Like, and then they don't care about that. When you do that, they really ain't even listening. Then they just listening to the vibe, like you go to church. No motherfucker don't go to church to actually feel the spirit. Not no hood nigga, not no person that don't go to church regularly, but they claim that they're a Christian or they're spiritual. They go to church just to say that they went to church, and because that's morally correct from the standpoint of what the status quo is, but not even morally correct from their heart space, because that's not even something that's heartfelt. So I got to figure out the words to describe this, because I've been wanting to talk about that shit. Anyway, maybe these cards help me, pull out some more. And what bro said, hold on, let me remember what he said. Wait a minute, because we were talking about that, because he was showing me some shit that he's off into stock and stuff, and I need to get off into that shit, which I am. But then he was saying that's not necessarily something that people want to hear about. Oh, and I had to let him know, bro, have you not recognized the fact that I have separated myself? I'm not trying to fit in with the world. I'm trying to do my thing, because obviously, if I do what everybody else is doing, how is that me doing? You know me, I like doing shit different. And since that's the case, why not do some different shit that's like productive when it comes to God? Oh, that's what we was talking about, God. Because he swear, bruh swear which this is most people, they swear that they understand that Jesus is, the way that they were taught about God is flawed, right? But then when they go to talk about God, they're still talking about it in the same context. And I'll be like, now you just said that God is not an entity on the outside of you, but the creator, that's how you reference God. So who created that then? And then they be like, oh, I knew you was gonna ask me that. Well, bitch, answer the question. Let's talk about it. Who created that? And then they just change subject. And so that gives me space to be like, well, I don't think it's about somebody creating anything. I think it's just an accumulation of things. Don't you think? They'll just like you'll sit something in I might put anything in a room. Don't touch it for 15 years. Don't you know when I come back it's gonna be shit on that cup? And that's the same shit, the reason why they're just not necessarily a soul creator. But anyway, what else we was talking about? We was talking about something. Anyway, the point is, these things are simple. And I think that's another reason why people don't naturally gravitate to it. Because I remember when I would be trying to ponder in my mind when I didn't know, and I would think of the most simplest shit that made sense, but in my mind, that's too simple. It can't be that. And then when I would, may share that information with somebody else, they're not resonating with it. So that makes me feel like, oh, okay, so that can't be it. And I think the world is stuck on, no, it ain't that simple, because there's a creator that knows all things and we're not supposed to. I had somebody tell me that. I had a couple of people tell me that we don't supposed to know. What we not supposed to know and why? And who said that? And how you know you don't already know, you just don't want to know. And you just got to remember, like, anyway, let's not talk about that, because I ain't really make this video for that. Well, I mean, I did not make the video for that, because 10th house career, that's your status. That's how people look at you when they think about you. They be like, yeah, that's the Pope right there, or yeah, that's the mayor of the city, or yeah, that's the school teacher. 10th house energy is where Capricorn derived out of. That's your status, your reputation and shit. What you stand on, what you have structured, and what you are like, what you what's yours, what you are the boss of. And that energy is where we were coming from, me and my brother, when we was talking. And so, what was the cards? Damn, what was the card came out? 9 of Swords. Yeah, 9 of Swords. So that's like standing on what you know, that who you know that you are, like your status. When it comes to, it don't fucking matter. Family, friends, community, or even a worldwide stage, audiences, people that you don't know, people that you barely know, your acquaintances. You still speak your truth though. You're gonna have to, else you ain't gonna be the truth no more. And you won't be changing the world, you won't be making a difference, and you won't be standing on what you stand on. And that should be a person's word should be their bond, and your word to yourself should hold the most weight than any word, for real. And that 10th house energy, along with the 9 of Swords energy, because remember, after 9 comes 10, and this would be you being at the top of the sky, like that's that's the top of your chart, your MC. That's how you can help establish that with yourself and the people around you, by not holding your tongue when it comes down to what you know need to be said or is right or morally. I ain't talking about no gossipy shit. When somebody try to find out information from you based off of them knowing that you are privy to certain information about their old man and who he was fucking with the other day. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about when it comes to the morality of it, and even you standing strong with the way you think and figuring out, should I say something or not? Thinking about the outcomes of if you do say something, and the position that you are in, are you even in a position for your ass to be saying something? Because this got anything to do with you? Like, no. But anyway, one more card, because I like to pull 3. But what are we talking about? Because it's not, I didn't necessarily come on here to pull cards. I'm gonna ain't number 212. But I do one more card. Square, yeah. And these things are squaring each other. It's a challenge between, well, I always put the card back. Between, what was it? Aquarius energy and 10th house energy. Okay, between the Aquarian energy, like you being someone's acquaintance, or you rubbing shoulders with a different crowd, a more broader, expanded crowd, and based on your status, these things are squaring because of the communication and the internal thought work that needs to be done, and it not being understood. That's going to create disharmony and a challenge with these things. So to flip that though, all you got to do is stand on what you stand on verbally. It could be your mom, it could be in passing, somebody asks you something, don't act like you don't somebody say I don't know, anything, do you believe in God? I mean, what to come from the place that I'm coming from, I'd be like, yeah, but not like how you probably believe it. Whether that strikes up a conversation or not, you don't got to have the conversation as long as you stood on what you stood on. But people be scared to do that shit. And at the bottom is Lilith, which is your embarrassment and shit. Motherfucker be scared. Scared to get embarrassed. Scared that they're not going to, not realizing that you are the status quo. How you think the status quo was created other than by the people that are in these status positions? So the more people stand on what they stand on, something like a status wouldn't even, the way we even look at statuses would have to fall. Because the status quo would be controlled by the individual. And the individual in his highest light would be more prone to have more morals and more integrity, and that being more important. Yeah, I'm gonna put Oracle. Excuse me, y'all. I always start off a little shaky. Not always, but sometimes I start off a little shaky. Okay, this card came out on its own. What is it? Non-duality. 4 plus 9, 10, 13. That's 4. 4 is the, like I always say, when I think of 4, I think of a chair. That's your thoughts. Well, let me say it like this. That's the third 3 energy would be your surroundings and you being able to relate and be aware of these surroundings. And now that you are aware of these surroundings, now you can think about them and ponder over them. And the thoughts that you're having are non-duality. But what is non-duality? So is non-duality when you find equilibrium? Let me see. Let me see. Or is non-duality like something polarized? I don't know. Let me see. But it has something to do with the way that you're thinking. Let me see. Okay. As we each walk our path in life, we experience things that are perceived as good or bad. As empaths, the universe strives to teach us that there is a different choice. This other choice is called non-duality, equilibrium. Through judgment and labels, thoughts and emotions are projected out into the world as energy. So for you to even have the right words to speak, if you were internally in a equilibrium, or not even have the words to speak, but know when to say something, and knowing how to come across when you say it and not get too far deep up into your emotions, and not even having a long drawn out conversation or debate, but having an equilibrium with this shit so that you can express what you need to express from a equalized perspective, and you won't have to necessarily be judged so harshly because the next person or the status quo, first of all, you won't even be privy to individuals' judgments, because you've already experienced that from your friends, families, and people that you actually know. But when it comes to the Aquarius energy, whatever type of judgment that you receive, don't be afraid of it, because now these people are disconnected to you. For one, you shouldn't give that much of a fuck, and for two, you don't even realize that a lot of the world is also changing in their ideals and perspectives. They also need different ideals and perspectives and thought frames and mental frames. And not only that, a lot of them will agree with you based off of your equilibrium position. How you're gonna disagree with something that is not going for either side? So when you come from that perspective, who's gonna disagree with you other than a retard? And when it comes to the retards that may be in the Aquarius energy, I can't think of a better word for that, but the more broader audience or crowd, hopefully you have enough emotional intelligence to not give a damn about that shit. So anyway, it's not hard to see that the projected experience of most, hold on, where I left off. Through judgments and labels, thoughts and emotions are projected out into the world as energy. because energy is thoughts and feelings. It's not hard to see that the projected experience of most because of it's not hard to see that the projected experience of most because of duality is one of fear and lack. Most people have these, most people are going to have what it takes to hate off you based off of how they're thinking about life, especially in a more community atmosphere, third house Gemini. But when we go broader, as the world also is going broader in itself, expanding, it would be crazy for you to put those type of limitations even on that situation, thinking I'm knowing somebody's going to disagree. And when you don't even know that at this point the world is steady continuing so fast, you're reaching brand new playing fields. You're on brand new land that hasn't even been discovered, and you may just be the first one to discover that small percentage area of Aquarius energy or audience, a crowd. I guess we're talking on some type of time to where we're speaking. Hi, Paul Fontaine. Anyway, where else I'm at? Okay. And all of that judgment, those energetic barrages, and feeling that all the time becomes taxing to empaths. It becomes exhausting. It is a lower vibration pulling you down so that your status can't go up. You won't be able to stand on your status because you've let other thoughts and feelings and projected outcomes stop you before you even got a chance to experience it. When you give in to the same process of duality, when you be the one that judges and be judgy or not accept people and just hear them out before you judge, when you are like that, you can become your own worst enemy. You'll attract more of that because you are not in the equilibrium space as far as, internally. Energy follows intention. So that's another reason why you should be careful when you are in people's chats and talking shit, because these things they overflow over into your actual life and your outcomes. And these energies follow you if you don't rectify them and recognize them, and because they become your shadows and shit. Things that you become embarrassed about. You don't even know where that shadow, that ghost came from, that fear came from. You didn't even know you had that. No, you accumulated that by you hating off other people and really being jealous or just, I don't know, projecting on others. And that energy has to go somewhere. And when you're projecting things on the individual who's not even aware of you for real, it has nowhere else to go but back to you. Duh. When you give in to the process, I already read that. Energy follows intention, and what you intend becomes your reality. See? The practice of positive thought and affirmations can be helpful, but isn't even that a duality? Yeah, it is. The very moment of drama or upheaval can uproot all the positivity, leaving you to wonder why, and you have nothing else to hold on to. It's the equilibrium space. Take the good with the bad. When you realize that sometimes bad things happen to lead to greater learnings, that adversity can build up emotional strength, and as all experiences lead to energetic wisdom, the path becomes one energetic ascension. So, yeah. When you realize the labels and strive continuously to experience the vibration that is present in the teaching of the moment, you soon realize that in releasing, heaviness is replaced with that which is full of light. Hold on, what? I want to listen. When you realize labels and strive continuously to experience the vibration that is present in the teaching of the moment, you soon realize that in releasing, heaviness is replaced with that which is full of light. And light don't have weight. And light is just knowledge. Because when you are accumulating shit that's not in a low vibration, you're going to accumulate actual physical things. So that's not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. Because some things that's in actual life that you can actually hold and that are tangible, they kind of stem from a lower vibration and stuff like money. And shit, that's even how we even got here. Having babies and shit. Hey, root chakra shit. So not saying that that's a good or bad thing. But it's just, in what space are you trying to pull that out? Like, what's your intention behind being in that lower vibration? Is it something that's productive that you actually want, or is it coming from a space that you're not wanting to receive more of, but too ignorant to know that that's how it works? But I'm telling you now, that's how it works. So when you realize the labels and strive continuously to experience the vibration that is present in the teaching of the moment, you soon realize that the heaviness is okay. In this absence of intention, this energy is free to be used on your journey forward. You'll be able to take those gifts and talents those energies that's going to turn into gifts and talents as they accumulate from lifetime to lifetime, you'll be able to take those things with you. So the question is how I labeled my life to become how I have labeled my life to become my reality. I guess that's saying how I look at myself. Is that really what I want? Because however I'm looking at myself is what I should be expecting as far as who I am and what I'm going to end up creating. Because I just solidified that this is who I am as far as having a label. Are you happy with that? Because that's the reality that you're going to create. How am I labeling this situation? What emotions do these labels elicit? And where are these emotions getting stuck? And that's how you can do some shadow work. Anyway, I'm finna get ready to go. Already. Yeah, already. I told you it wasn't going to be long. But before I dip, let me see. Okay, yeah. Let me go and pull one of these. Yeah, I'm finna dip, y'all, because I got shit to do, y'all. I'm finna to dip, y'all. Got shit to do, y'all. I told you, feel like the weekend, low-key. But a Sunday, though. / Saturday a little bit. Because I know it ain't Sunday. Alright, now these sticker cards. This is just going to be a ending message, I guess. Okay, shuffle one more time. How many cards? However many come out, I guess. I want that one. We already had this one yesterday, but we'll keep it. Because everybody didn't hear the message yesterday. I want that one. Came out in reverse. This was yesterday. Oh my God. Telepathy. Okay. Don't tell me this one. Okay. Hold on. And these two right here. I'd rather read these because these already came out. I'm going to pull up the top one. Okay. Grove of Unity. Bind energies of the unified sanctuary of the grove, fostering interconnected harmony among all beings. That's Aquarius energy, like we were just speaking of. Unity and blooms. This is in reverse. Foster harmony and connections within your community, nurturing help bonds that bring us together. We've already fostered bonds and community and nurtured those things, and have practiced enough of that energy to where it can be trusted. And now this is just expressing the Aquarius energy, the grove of unity. Okay. And this one is be here now. Practice mindfulness to be present in the moment and gain the insight. That's you collecting yourself in the midst of these scenarios that may play out to trigger certain, what's the word I'm looking for? Things that may end up triggering you. Let me just say that. Based off of what you have healed and the things that you are by default steady working on based on you being who you are and you know, or just certain like demons or friends that you may know can play on your old triggers that they might not be aware that you don't necessarily have. And by you staying in this be here and now meditative mode, that shit right there, that Nine of Swords energy, because when somebody, like for instance that conversation that I had with my brother, I could have got offended off of that, even though he wasn't trying to be offensive, he was just being straight up. But a more weakened me could have gotten offended, and I wouldn't have been able to get the actual point across. But since I didn't, I was able to get the point across, and you know that uplifted my status, because when you stand on something and you believe in yourself and you're consistent with that, that by default makes a person respect you. So being here and now, that's you being able to guide your own emotions and your energies and shit. You being able to be the controller of who you are and what you is. Take great care is in the reverse. Nurture yourself, prioritize well-being. Okay, I do kind of want to read the ones that's in the reverse. Okay, but before I get there, sky of clarity. Soar into the boundless sky of clarity, where insights are as infinite as the azure expanses. Okay, see clarity. So this is why come you are able to stay in this space, because you have found understanding to where nobody can take. You can't unsee what you have saw before. You can't unknow what you know unless you want to, and that takes eons of you forgetting and being indoctrinated. But we're not on that path anymore. So you have the sky of clarity, and if you look at it, you can see if you look at it for real, you can tell which side is the sky and which side is the water. I can tell this is the water, that's actually the sky. But being in the reverse, you wouldn't be able to necessarily tell that. But that, I don't know. So I do want to hit this real quick. These cards were in the well, I know this one was in the reverse. Going forward, me and Sean was talking about this, my homegirl, yesterday on live, about how, because it was in the reverse yesterday, it's not in the reverse today. It really wasn't in the reverse yesterday. It had just fell out, and I chose to pick it up in the reverse, but different message yesterday. But now, after you have done all of this chaos work, have untangled all of these cords, after you have found order in your chaos, because you were learning how to play in your paint or whatever, now you've been able to create something anew, and these things make straight lines now because you're actually on a straight path. You're aware of where you're going and where you're headed, and also you have this experience in the background, the things that you've been through and how you have gotten where you've gotten as far as what you have learned. You have that in your back pocket as experience, and these experiences are going to be good for you as you go on your journey. These are tools that you'll be able to use. These are things that you'll be able to share to help out, to help solidify your position. Just like how you wouldn't want a dentist to be working on your tooth that just graduated dental school, ain't even graduated dental school yet. You wouldn't want that person, but based off of what he has experienced and the accumulation of knowledge, the mistakes being made so that they can be corrected, and knowing how to do things better the next time, now you'll have a certain amount of clout when it comes to how you are respected and how the respect is actually due. It's warranted, and it's not in a, and by you being an equalized, having good equilibrium, you won't be in your ego too much to where you fuck it up either. And the last card, fresh ideas. This was in reverse yesterday, but fresh ideas is in reverse. The upright would be worthy goal. No, I think it was in, I don't know, it don't matter. But stay open-minded, inviting new perspectives to enrich your journey and spark creative solutions. So worthy goal would be the upright, and it says get out and be inspired to keep working towards your soul. Fresh ideas is you realizing that you got a whole box of ideas. You have a whole mind, a whole lifetime worth of experiences and ideas, and now this was the message yesterday too. Now it's time for you to organize those things, come up with some type of structure. Hold on. Yeah, come up with some type of structure where when it comes to actually using these tools and these gifts and making and producing something out of them. The ideas are available with you already. It's just for you to actually, in the upright, worthy goal, pray on this goal, do something with the goal, bring it into fruition, materialize it, work on it, structure it, practice it. I don't like to use the word perfect, but I'm gonna say it just for lack of other words, perfect it. You know what I'm saying? Tighten it up. Anyway, so nobody really won't be able to tell you shit, because once you'll be gaining what you have, you'll be deserving of a certain amount of, I don't want to keep using the respect like I'm throwing that around, but it's more like good reciprocation energy. It's more like having other individuals around you that are going to give you the same thing that you give them, and it's a reciprocal thing. And even when it comes, even beyond people, when it comes to life and the mechanisms of life and how things flow, the push and pulls, you being in a more fair, equalized position will allow certain things to hit you more fairly. When it comes down to the things that you have to go through, the things that you experience, these things play out in a way to where it's obvious that they're for your good, whether good or bad. You'll know how to go through them, and it won't even seem like it seemed before when you were in a more lower space. I don't like to use that word either, but anyway, I'm finna go, y'all. Finna dip. Let me see. I fuck with y'all. I fuck with y'all. I fuck with y'all. I kind of missed the days where the robots used to come in the chat and run the chat up. Because when they used to do that and I would go live, I'd get at least 2 new subscribers every time I go live, just because of the traffic that will come in. They need to put that back on for a little minute until I get up to 500 subscribers and give me some payouts. Anyway, I'm finna go, y'all. It's 2:33 my time. I'll holler at y'all. Bye.